What are college football's longest unbroken rivalry streaks? Imagine a tradition that has lasted for over 100 years, with teams meeting every year without fail. That's what makes college football rivalries so special. Some of these matchups have been played every single year for more than a century. The longest unbroken rivalry in college football is between Lehigh University and Lafayette College. Known simply as the Rivalry, it started in 1880 and has been played every year since 1897. That means for over 125 years, these two schools have faced off without missing a single year. They have met more than 150 times, making it the longest ongoing annual rivalry in college football history. Lafayette currently has a slight edge in the overall series, but the real story is how this rivalry has become a cherished tradition for both schools and their fans. Another rivalry that has stood the test of time is between the University of Minnesota and the University of Wisconsin. Their first game was in 1890, but they have played every year since 1907. This rivalry is famous for the trophy called Paul Bunyan's Axe, which is awarded to the winner each year. With over 130 meetings, it is one of the most played rivalries in the Football Bowl subdivision. The games are always intense, and the rivalry has become a key part of college football history. The rivalry between the University of Oregon and Oregon State University began in 1894. These two teams have played each other annually with very few interruptions. They compete for a trophy featuring a platypus, which combines the beaver and duck mascots of the schools. This series has gone beyond 120 games, with Oregon holding a slight lead in the overall record. Their matchups are a highlight of game day traditions in the Pacific Northwest. Cincinnati and Miami of Ohio started their rivalry back in 1888. They have played over 120 games continuously, even though they were not always in the same conference. Cincinnati has a narrow lead in the series, and their annual matchup is a favorite for fans of both schools. Some rivalries have had long streaks but were interrupted by outside events. For example, the Bedlam series between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State was played every year from 1904 until 2023. However, it was interrupted when Oklahoma moved to the Southeastern Conference. Similarly, the rivalry between Clemson and South Carolina was continuous from 1909 until 2019 but paused during the COVID-19 pandemic. The Monon Bell game between Wabash College and DePauw University had a streak of 109 years before the pandemic caused a break. In summary, the longest unbroken rivalry streak in college football belongs to the Lehigh vs. Lafayette series, which has been played every year since 1897. Other rivalries like Minnesota vs. Wisconsin and Oregon vs. Oregon State have also lasted over a century without interruption. These matchups are more than just games. They are traditions that bring students, alumni, and fans together year after year, creating memories that last a lifetime.